Sometimes people clap. And you guys, clapping did not feel forced at all. Now, I do have one more trick to show you guys, but before I do it, I do want to tell you a little bit about myself, too, so you don't think I'm completely insane. And see the stairs out there. I actually have a bachelor's degree in finance and international business from a college in New York. Yep, doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. Over my entire college career, all I really wanted to do was get out of the Shark Tank and into the Gator Pit. Now, a phrase that I choose to live by is live your dreams and follow your passion. For my entire life, I've been passionate about reptiles and especially alligators, and it has been a dream of mine to be an alligator wrestler ever since I was a little kid. So I feel extremely fortunate to have been given this opportunity, and I encourage everybody out there to pursue your wildest dreams, because you never know, they might just come true. Now, that being said, the only way that I'm able to continue to do this job full-time is through the generous donations of the people in my audience, that you guys. Now, the catch of this job, it's obviously very dangerous, and due to the danger factor, I am not an employee of the park, and instead an unpaid volunteer due to liability and insurance. Liability. That way, if the alligator does rip off my hand and eat it in front of me, no one is technically responsible, and I get a get well soon card. That is literally our healthcare plan. So at the end of the show, you like the show, you learn about alligators, and like the fact that we're a rescue that saves these guys. I do greatly appreciate anything that goes into my little tip jar down there. That is the only way that I get paid here, and it's also what enables our alligator rescue to function and what allows us to continue to go out and rescue more of these beautiful and magnificent animals. Now, you also obviously know a fun part, but if you're not attempt anything you've seen me doing here today. I know I might make it look pretty easy, pretty safe to be in a pit full of alligators and to handle one, but the reality is, one slip, one wrong move, you can lose life or limb. I feel very fortunate. I've had a lot of close calls and never had a bad accident, but I have a few friends who did. And one friend get hit in the hand during the show, Gator death rolled, snapped his arm like a twig. Another friend get hit in the upper arm during the show, Gator death rolled, ripped the bicep muscle from the bone, ate the chunk of his arm during the show. Now, that was obviously very serious. He almost died from blood loss, but I'm not saying this to be dramatic or to scare you guys. It's so you understand the reality here. I tell a lot of jokes, and then people tend to forget. This is a powerful apex predator that is of our utmost respect. Don't ever approach one to never try this. But that being said, take a look around me, right? These are not aggressive animals. They're not going to come chasing after you. They're not going to hunt you down. And they're not even pretty cute. They pretty much just sleep all day. They're the laziest things on earth. But when people feed them, swim in their habitat, or try to handle them like this, that's exactly when people get hurt or even killed. They don't do any of those three things, and you'll be fine. You leave them alone, and they'll leave you alone. Now, on that note of positivity, let's go ahead and do the most dangerous part of the show. What could possibly go wrong, right? Yeah. So the last we're going to have for you guys is called the face-off. It's called the face-off because if I mess it up, my face comes off. You need a dark sense of humor, guys. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to open up the jaws of the alligator. I'm going to set my chin on the edge of the open jaw, balancing the jaws up with just my chin. And if anything touches inside the mouth, boom, jaws sewn shut. Immediately there's a reflex, and nothing stops the jaws from closing. So you need to be very careful here. All right, now one last piece of anatomy I want to point out quick. You guys see this fat roll-looking thing down here? That's not fat, that's the jaw muscle. An alligator can eventually have over 50 pounds of muscle solely dedicated to slamming its jaws shut and then crushing anything that's in between them. So that puts this in perspective a little bit. So let's give this a shot. Okay. Right now, most of my show is a lot of bad jokes. I don't want you guys to laugh, have a good time, or about alligators. So there's one part of the show that is actually extremely dangerous. So before I do it, I want a little bit of motivation. You guys are enjoying the show, right? I'm just checking. So nice and careful. that alligator some applause. Good job. Then you can see that alligator just gets up and walks away. He doesn't turn around and come after me. There's no revenge, no hard feelings, and like that shows in him at all. And he is literally going to lay there and take a nap after all the hard work that he did. So we many of you guys now are going to get a baby alligator and some other cool animals you're going to be able to check out. If you guys did enjoy the show, you're going to write a good review. Again, my name is Kevin.